Yes, people, welcome back to the Red Pitch podcast. And today we're going to bring you some transfer news. Hit that like, that subscribe button, and leave your comments. Now, first, we're going to get into some more Declan Rice news. Multiple reports today suggesting that Declan Rice to Arsenal could be really close, and a bid could come in from Arsenal within the 24 to 48 hour mark. Apparently it could be a £90 million fee with £10 to £15 million add-on. The clubs apparently are going through payment structures, add-ons, etc. Now, in light of this deal going through, I've decided to give you guys a little insight to Declan Rice and what possibly he could bring to Arsenal. Now, as you know, Declan Rice is a West Ham United and England international, but it didn't start that way. You see, Rice competed most of his youth level, in fact all of his youth level, in the Republic of Ireland national team, and made 3 senior appearances for the Republic of Ireland before pledging his allegiance to the England national team. He's been a West Ham full squad player since 2017. He made loads of appearances. Now listen, 24 years old Declan Rice. I think he would be the perfect signing for Arsenal. Last season he managed 37 appearances with 4 goals. But let's get into this. Now, Rice can play multiple positions. He can play as a defender, central defender, as we all know, which is what he started his career as. He can play as number 8 or number 6. In terms of the number 8 position, you know, when he plays that role, it's traditionally a box-to-box player, right? He does both the defending and attacking jobs. But as we have seen with that number 8 role, it has evolved a little bit to play through the inside channels. So, you know, when Rice plays that position, you can definitely see a lot of progression of the ball and just brilliant all-round play. He's definitely a good 8, but me preferably, I think I'll prefer Rice in a 6 position, more of a holding midfielder position to cover both the opposition attacking midfielders and forwards. And with that position, it's important in the build-up plays, distributing the ball upfield, which Rice does a lot of. His ball spreading is exceptional. His passing range, everything, he's got it in his locker. He can do it, right? He made the most ball recoveries in the whole of the Premier League last year, clear of Rodri from Man City in 2nd place. He had the most interceptions in the Premier League last year. So you can tell what kind of game Declan Rice brings. You know, his ball winning attributes, physical prowess, his quality of distribution, you know, could easily be harnessed as a number 6 in Arteta's system. So I fully believe that if this deal does go through, we will probably see Declan Rice predominantly playing as a number 6. And also, being only 24 years old, he hasn't reached his peak yet. So there is a lot that Declan Rice could bring to this team many years ahead. And he could be a really integral figure in that Arsenal midfield. So hopefully Arsenal can get this deal over the line. You know, we can then go on to move to other targets. Now, another player which it surprises me a little is that of Kai Havertz. Now, Arsenal are said to be looking at Chelsea attacking midfielder Kai Havertz, 24 years old. You know, he had 35 appearances last season in the Premier League, scoring 7 goals. His best position, I would say, is an attacking midfielder in the central or the right. But, you know, I must admit, he does thrive a lot when he's got that freedom to drift around the final third, personally. Now, we know Kai Havertz has not fulfilled his full potential at Chelsea, but I honestly believe, I've got no doubts that he can replicate his form from Bayer Leverkusen, you know, and he can definitely push on. I think that maybe Chelsea don't really play enough to Kai Havertz's strengths, and I think he's still got it. Like I said, he's only 24, he's still young, he hasn't reached his peak yet, and we know what Havertz can do. We see what he can do for Germany in the national team. Chelsea are demanding 62 million, which I think they would significantly have to come down from that price if Arsenal were to go ahead with that deal. But we will see. Am I opposed to a Kai Havertz signing? Not opposed to it, but for me, he definitely would have to be one of the final pieces in the jigsaw puzzle in this summer window. I definitely would not make him a priority. My priority would be fixing that midfield position. We've already spoken about Caicedo before, but Rice and Caicedo would be a dream. We've got Zubimendi as well. If we don't get Caicedo, he is another player I believe Arsenal should go for. I rate him highly, and he could do just as good as the job that Caicedo could do. We still have Thomas Partey, we still have Jorginho, but we've got to realise we're going into the Champions League. We need a fit squad, we need a healthy squad. A lot of reports saying that Arsenal may be looking to sell Thomas Partey. I personally wouldn't. I would keep him there in the team. The only reason why we speak about Caicedo and Rice as well, not replacing Partey fully, but coming in and definitely challenging him to be in it, you know, being an integral part of this team, is because Partey's injury record, fitness record isn't the best. Since he's been at Arsenal, he's only played 73% of games, whereas someone like Rice has played 93% of West Ham games in the last 5 years. He rarely gets injured. So that's what we need. We need players that are not going to be getting injured and leaving us short in position. So we need to stack the team. We need to show that we are serious this season. Last season wasn't just a one-off. And I honestly believe if we get signings through the door, next season we're going to be fared again and we will produce the numbers, And in that aspect, I think we definitely should be pushing for another right-sided centre-back. Has to happen. I believe Rob Holding, I think Rob Holding should be sold. He's been a great servant to the club, but I don't think if we're going to push up and move forward, we cannot have Rob Holding as our covering right centre-back defender. I don't think he's got the quality enough to stand, Arteta's system and exactly what Arteta expects from his central defenders, especially his ball progression, his coming out with the ball, passing. I'm not really sure Rob Holding's got that. But yeah, so that's just your short transfer news for today. I'm just bringing you that because that's the main things everyone's talking about right now. So yeah, let's get on to other news. Are you interested in any sporting thumbnails? If so, contact jn.graphics_ for all your quality thumbnails at cheap prices. Did you know that more than 3.5 million people in the UK have a diagnosed chronic kidney disease? In addition, there are thought to be around 1 million people who have the condition but are undiagnosed. Chronic kidney disease can substantially reduce quality of life and lead to premature death for thousands of people each year. Please get tested and help fight kidney disease. In other news, big transfer confirmed today, and that is the signing of 19-year-old Jude Bellingham to Real Madrid from Borussia Dortmund for a fee that could rise to 115 million. Now, Bellingham will sign a 6-year deal at the Bernabeu, placing him in one of the club's highest earners. Now, we all know Liverpool were interested in Bellingham, and he was tipped to go to Liverpool. But Liverpool, agreed that the fee was too high for them to pay. And looking at the signings they could potentially make with McAllister already in, Kefren Turam and Manu Kone coming in, the three of them alone will probably cost less than the 150 million fee for that of Jude Bellingham. So I think Liverpool have done brilliant business, Also, Tottenham, they're highly favoured to sign James Maddison, but face stiff competition from Newcastle. Now, this one I think will go possibly to the end of the window. I reckon a bidding war will ensue with Newcastle and Tottenham. Where he will decide to go, I'm not sure. Newcastle possibly could offer more wages, but maybe Daniel Levy may surprise. If he really wants his man, he may pay up, especially with the thought of Harry Kane possibly leaving, being eyed up by PSG, Real Madrid also. We've also got the Kylian Mbappe saga. So where will Kylian Mbappe end up? He said he doesn't want to sign his extension to 2025, so the club is saying to Kylian, listen, either you sign the deal now or we're selling you this summer. Where could Mbappe end up? There are rumours of Chelsea wanting to, bring him in as well. Who don't Chelsea want to bring in? We all know, Mason Mount, another player, doesn't really seem to be happy at Chelsea. He demanded 200 plus K a week in wages. Chelsea refusing that. Manchester United remain front runners for his signature. So possibly we could see Mason Mount going to Man United. Reportedly, Chelsea want a fee of around £80 million. United are only currently around 50, close to 60. So there's still about 20 million apart in valuation of Mason Mount. So where will Mount end up? Not sure. Another player that was confirmed today, and that is the Brighton signing of James Milner from Liverpool. 37-year-old Milner, he's won the Premier League, Champions League, FA Cup, European Super Cup, Club World Cup, all with Liverpool. Brighton have the option of extending for a further 1 year. But Milner keeps going. He keeps going, and we know what Milner can do. He's very versatile. He's still a very fit individual. He moved on, I think, at the right time from Liverpool. Liverpool do need to invest in a lot more youngsters, so I think this is the right move for him. So that's all we have for today. And keep watching, like, subscribe. And I'll be back tomorrow as the new fixtures for the Premier League come out. I'm praying for a home tie this first game. The last 2 years we've had obviously Palace and Brentford away. I'm hoping for a home tie against one of the big boys to kick off the season on Friday night. Why not? Let's go.